All right. Yeah, some are asking why I do that way. Why I stop after every. I'm just trying out different things. That's what I'm doing. Some of these shorter videos, some of these shorter streams, um, good, bad, I don't know. It is what it is. How about that? I don't know. I'll probably do some longer streams along the way, but um, but it is what it is. And some of that's really kind of dependent on you. If you want the longer streams, you want to watch game after game after game. If you want to watch 3 games in a row, if you want to watch one game, if you just want to see highlights, whatever it is. I mean, let me know. Like I said, a big reason why I'm doing this, of course, is to share. Well, transparency is a big part of it. I want others to see that, anybody can do this. It's just a game, but again, it's systematic. All right, so on this map, this is a little bit more difficult. Again, this is one of those spread out maps. Diversification of hit. You're going to lose your bomber. And that was, that was something I was thinking about a while back. If you're going to come out in a bomber, doesn't even matter what flag you're on. If you're going to come out in a bomber, you have a choice, right? You could, let's see if we can see this. Yeah, all right, so these guys are going to start floating upwards, right? And what they're doing is they're trying to avoid the enemy. But the problem is that the enemy is faster than these clunky bombers. Their bullets are usually better. So that's a losing game. In some cases. But diversification of hit, you can do this all day long. Let's see, how many do we got? All right, so you got a pretty full roster there. So we're gonna take our hits and we're gonna get out, right? We're not gonna get all of them, but we want to make sure we're gonna get points. If we're gonna die, make it worthwhile. Alright, so I can make 2 bombs for the base. And now I've got some good points. Okay? So no matter what, I'm okay with losing my bomber. Alright, and I can get out of there. And unfortunately, some of my teammates are probably going to be cannon fodder. That's suicide, but it's okay. I said I only came in with 1 bomber. I should have brought my second one. But all right, so right there, a 1,200 point intro. I'm already double by number 2, right? And that's triple the leader of the second board. So that's a pretty good start. But of course, everything is spread out, so that's going to suck. Now these AI planes, those are decent points, I guess, but they don't show on anything, and I don't know. I consider those opportunistic kills. Alright, so we got an interesting situation unfolding here. take advantage of this, but in a situation like this, what I like to do, especially on the clunky ones, is go top and then work your way down. You should be able to get your ratio up decent. That SU6 is going to be an issue here in just maybe not. Yep, he will. So I can get my point. I should be able to rotate out of it in time to get them. Too much damage. Okay, there's that SU6. Ratio's up. And my thing, what I'm talking about there, what I'm trying to do, anytime I go out, especially in a fighter, I always want to inflict more damage than what I incur, right? So I want to kill at least 2 for everyone, preferably more. I mean, that's ideal, right? I want to get close here, but I don't want to camp. I'm not a fan of camping. I think that's dumb. I want to give everybody a fair shot. And plus, right, I mean, it's about being good, right? You're not good if you're stealing it from somebody. So I'm going to gain speed, so I'm going to rotate down. Nice shot. So 4-1, right? Not bad. And, you know, I've only lost 2 planes. One's a bomber. So we got 390 tickets left on the red. Not too shabby.
Keep it up and victory will be ours.
So yeah, good game. Spread out, but alright, so there we go, right? Almost double both sides. That's not too bad. If I can get another kill, I'll be happy. Even an opportunistic one, which I don't see any. Yeah, it's alright. Good game. But yeah, and I'll go ahead and run another game straight. We'll just go ahead and do that. You know, and like I said, let me know, you know, what do you like? Do you want to see multiple games? Do you want to see just highlights? Do you want to see, you know, just individual games? Do you want more tips and tricks? Whatever it is, let me know, and, you know, I'll be happy to accommodate. A lot of different ways you can go about doing a lot of this stuff. Look, here's the thing. I'm definitely not the best flyer in the game, not by a long shot. And the reason I say that is because I would say that, you know, some of my tactics are really sound, but sometimes the way that I fly is rather messy. Because I have a different goal in mind, right? I'm aware, that's the thing. Every time I enter a game, I'm aware that I'm going to probably lose that plane, but that's not the point, right? I want to inflict as much damage as possible. So, like, even the mindset of how I approach it. There's a video that I posted yesterday where I had propped out when I was landing, and so I was dead, and I was in enemy territory, and you know, the fighters were coming down on me or whatever. I was dead, and they were shooting at me like crazy. I was still with no prop. I was floating in the air, and I was able to kill 2 enemies. I knew I was dying, but it didn't matter anyway. I was taking them with me, right? It's sort of a mindset when you enter that game. And I think that's probably what just kind of gives me an advantage sometimes. But also, too, and this is interesting, I know a lot of people aren't going to do this, but I'll tell you kind of how nerdy I am at times. When I go through a battle, I will I mean, like I've got a notepad right next to me where I kind of keep track of some of the things that wowed me. And then I'll take a break. That's why another reason why you'll see me take breaks sometimes between flights, and I'm critically reflecting upon what just happened. Like, what could I have done different? And I try to visualize, you know, if I had turned this way or if I had rotated that way. And eventually I'll come up with a answer. I'll try it again on the next one. And over time, you just get better. I mean, that's not too bad. It's a little lower than I'm probably used to. But you can also see too, like these numbers, I've never changed my account. This is the exact same account that I started with. Right? So my numbers probably in total don't reflect what it's been for the last couple years. Okay, yeah, so last month, you know, compared to all time, kind of a thing, maybe. I don't know. Is what it is. This map again, but from the other side. Played this earlier. I'm not a fan of this map. You get some good dogfights out of it, but like, it doesn't seem plausible to me. Maybe that's probably why. Alright, so same as before. We're going to build up some speed. So we're going to point down here at that little mountain. See if we got anybody to really worry about. Okay. And let's see, probably at around 3,000, we're going to level out again. Except for when we're going this way, I normally don't focus a whole heck of a lot on the pillboxes on the other side, and it's only because of their positioning. It's way too close for the first run to their base. You can get tore up pretty good. Again, bomb where they're going to be in relation to where you are. And I'll come over here. I'll hit the base, and then I'll reload, and that's when I'll come back and try to get those. No one really coming after me, so that's good. But expedite time, I don't wait the full time because I know by the time I get to my target I will be reloaded. But remember, kill diversification. That's where you're going to get some of those big points. I'm sort of just letting him kill me right now because I'm pretty much done. And that's another thing, just kind of something to think about. I will, as long as my gunners are firing, I will not J out. I will not J out as long as my gunners are firing because, you know, that's an opportunity. It's setting yourself up for an opportunity for another kill, basically. All right, so out of the gate, we're at a 1,300 run. That's a pretty good start. And so now, just before, we're going to get our kill ratio up, right? So we're going to choose good targets first, and we'll advance our way to stronger targets later. And then, of course, targets of opportunity as they arise, of course. All right, my favorite. So right here, where I'm pointing, that little bowl is my favorite area, because a lot of people just don't pay attention to their surroundings, so they'll slam in the mountains if I guide them to. So some friendlies need some help. Looks like he got him. Alright, what we got here? What are you doing? Smart. Alright, so there you go. That guy, killing it, man. That's awesome. Well done. Alright, he's dead, but he's dead, and he was still firing and making it happen. Kill ratio's up, so I can appreciate that. 3-2 to 1. That's not too shabby. You know, and that's a great example of when I'm talking about how sometimes I'll fly messy. You know, that wasn't entirely necessary. I totally could have rotated out of that. But that's my weakest plane. I always start out with my weakest plane. So my weakest plane, I don't want to be in that for the whole game. This plane right here is one of my better ones. It's not my best, but I can really do some damage in this. But, you know, if I come out in my weakest plane, I get to kind of test and see what's going on. What are they doing? Are there any players on that team? Yeah, they got a couple. Like that guy, man, I wish I would have got his name. I'll have to go back to the video and look. The guy who, man, is firing after he's dead. I mean, that's a player. It's a guy who's after the points. He wants those points. I'll take that kind of player on my team any day of the week. So, all right. Now, the reason I'm kind of choosing this guy is because he's, you know, I just showed him. Well, I don't know. I don't want to point him out, but he's making some bad decisions, like right out of the gate. Right, so that's an easy kill. You know, if you're projecting bad decisions, you're gonna get nabbed. All right. So that A-36 is separating from the crowd. That's a bad idea. Well, actually, these two as well. Those would be easier kills, but this A-36 is going to do more damage, so we got to get rid of him, right? Is he really going to be dumb enough to get shot down by the base? No? Okay. So there's another 4 to 1. I don't know what it is. Let's go to my 6-0. Why not? What is Lawn ID? What is he doing? 8 kills. So we're losing this one. It's kind of a surprise. Maybe I should grab my backup bomber and go make us some points. Crazy. Oh, because I'm not firing anything. Man, that's crazy. When I see stuff like that, I have to question. Okay. That was a lot harder than it should have been. Good game. And that's what I mean too. Sometimes it's just messy. But that's a good spread, right? Almost double that of our other. Man, well done to this player. Cool. Those squirrels are working hard today. Oh, that's silly. All right, we'll take a break. I'll come back to the stream here in just a little bit. Stay tuned.